Hey everyone, it's ever feel like you're navigating life with a slightly outdated map? I know I have. Like you're following the directions, but somehow you end up in the wrong place? Yeah, that's been me a few times. So I've been doing a lot of thinking lately about the things I wish I'd known sooner. The little nuggets of wisdom that could have saved me some time, some heartache, and maybe even a few awkward situations. Sad. That's why I'm making this video. I want to share some of those lessons with you, hoping that maybe, just maybe, they'll resonate and help you on your own journey. I remember one time I was so focused on what I thought I should be doing career-wise, I completely ignored what I was actually good at. Talk about a recipe for stress, but we'll get into that later. Today, we're going to talk about career stuff, relationships, personal growth, and a few other things I've picked up along the way. First up, career. Everyone says follow your passion, right? And that's great advice, to a point. But what happens when your passion doesn't exactly pay the bills? I learned this the hard way. I was so fixated on this one career path because it sounded impressive, but I wasn't actually enjoying it. I was miserable. Eventually, I realized that passion is important, but it needs to be balanced with practicality. Think about how your passions can intersect with skills that are actually in demand. It's about finding that sweet spot where you're doing something you love and it's sustainable. Another huge game changer for me in my career was finding mentors. Seriously, these people were lifesavers. They'd been where I was, they'd made the mistakes I was making, and they were willing to share their wisdom. I wouldn't be where I am today without them. And the best part is, finding a mentor isn't as hard as you think. Don't be afraid to reach out to people you admire. Send an email, connect on LinkedIn, attend industry events. Most people are happy to share their experiences. Okay, let's talk relationships. This is something I struggled with for a long time. Learning to set boundaries. I'm a people pleaser by nature, so saying no was incredibly difficult for me. I'd overcommit, I'd spread myself too thin, and I'd end up feeling resentful and exhausted. But eventually I realized that setting boundaries isn't selfish, it's essential. It's about protecting your time, your energy, and your mental health. It's about saying yes to yourself first. And speaking of relationships, it's not about how many friends you have. It's about the quality of those connections. I used to think I needed to have a huge social circle, but now I realize that a few close, genuine friendships are way more valuable than 100 superficial acquaintances. It's about finding people who truly get you, who support you, and who make you feel good about yourself. Be present with the people you care about, listen actively, and show genuine interest in their lives. Now let's dive into personal growth. One of the most powerful things I've learned is the importance of self-reflection. Taking time to really think about your experiences, your choices, your wins, and your losses, that's crucial for growth. For me, journaling has been a game changer. It helps me process my thoughts and emotions, and it gives me a clearer perspective on things. Maybe for you it's meditation, or spending time in nature, or just having quiet time to yourself. Find what works for you and make it a regular practice. Nah. And let's be real. We all fail sometimes. I've failed countless times, and honestly, those failures have taught me the most. It's not about avoiding failure. It's about how you respond to it. Do you let it define you, or do you see it as an opportunity to learn and grow? Resilience is key here. Pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and keep moving forward. Another thing I'm really passionate about is continuous learning. The world is changing so rapidly, it's important to be a lifelong learner. I'm always reading books, taking online courses, trying to learn new skills. It keeps me engaged, it keeps me challenged, and it keeps me relevant. Never stop learning. If you choose to include this. Okay, let's talk a little bit about finances. I'm not a financial advisor, so I'm not going to give you specific advice. But one thing I wish I'd learned earlier is the importance of basic financial literacy. Understanding how to save, budget, and invest. These are essential skills that everyone should have. There are tons of great resources out there for learning about personal finance. Do your research, educate yourself, and start building good financial habits early. So, to recap, we talked about finding that balance between passion and practicality in your career, the importance of mentors, setting boundaries in your relationships, nurturing meaningful connections, the power of self-reflection, embracing failure, and the importance of continuous learning. These are just a few of the things I wish I'd known earlier in life. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What are some of the biggest lessons you've learned? Share your own experiences in the comments below. Let's create a community where we can all learn and grow together. And if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more content like this. I've got some exciting videos planned for the future that you won't want to miss. Life is a journey, and we're all learning and growing along the way. There's no one-size-fits-all roadmap. We're all figuring it out as we go. I hope this video has given you some food for thought, some things to reflect on. And remember, you're not alone. We're all in this together. And